Children of Mars, Aries. The sky is telling you this week, a new you is being born. Don't suppress your emotions, transform them. Especially know that this is not a breaking point, but an awakening for you. A wound you've been carrying inside for years about your true self may resurface this week with Mars opposition to Chiron. Throughout this week, questions like, am I valuable enough? Do I deserve to be appreciated? Is there anyone who truly sees me, who loves me for who I am, may keep circling in your mind. Don't run away from these. On the contrary, stay with these feelings, because there is an inner key there that will make you much stronger, so that you can use it the moment you catch it and become aware of it. With Mercury moving into Libra on September 18th, a door to balanced and open communication in relationships will open. It's time to open up from heart to heart. Especially with your spouse, partner, or other important people in your life, you may have sincere, more constructive, and genuine conversations. If you want to be understood, dear Aries, first be open and learn to listen without judgment. Instead of suppressing your resentments, express them gently. With Venus moving into Virgo on September 19th, the beauty of small things in your life will start to gain importance. Your morning routine, work planning, eating habits, even your cleaning schedule will now become carriers of energy. The details of your life will become a mirror of your heart. And know this, dear Aries, the more organized, clear, and healthy your heart is, the more beautifully your life will flow. At the same time, this transition also supports encountering a profitable project at work and establishing fruitful collaborations this week. And the solar eclipse happening on the 21st means a new work routine, a healthier life flow, embracing daily responsibilities with love, and perhaps the opening of a different source of income for you. The sky is telling you not to wait any longer to love your job. You don't need a miracle to change the routine you're in. This eclipse is giving you the message to start now. Create a new health routine, work plan, nutrition schedule, or even a sleep cycle. Because living is not just about breathing. It only becomes meaningful when lived consciously. And on September 22nd, the equinox will mark the beginning of Libra season. If you use your communication skills to open up, embrace your feelings and love, relationships will become more passionate and genuine. You'll make decisions with deeper motivation, and this transformation will grow. And true strength comes from accepting vulnerability with gentleness. To feel is not a weakness but courage. Open communication doesn't make you vulnerable, it makes you strong. Simplify, get organized, and establish a work-life balance. Be open to new streams of income and partnerships. Be passionate, but not obsessive. Love, but with surrender. This week, a new door is opening for you. There is a new you. Now is the time to let go of the past and accept yourself with gratitude. May the heavens be your guide and your path be filled with light. Children of Venus, Taurus, you have a message from the sky. The rhythm of love is changing. The sky is telling you to reset your heart. Especially, true joy does not conflict with responsibility. What your heart loves and what life requires come together. This week is not only a time for inner transformation, but also for creative changes that come from the heart. Pay attention to September 15th and 16th, when Venus meets Mars and forms a healing trine with Chiron. This is a period when feelings from within, especially in the areas of love, self-worth, physical intimacy, and creativity, will rise to the surface with courage. This is a time when you can transform past hurts, insecurities, and feelings of not being loved enough. Now, instead of withdrawing, expressing whatever you feel and speaking openly and gently without being defensive will be the key to healing. Let honesty be your magic this week. Know that every bond you form with sincerity will set you free. And especially on September 17th, when Mercury moves into Libra, you will start to heal from many things in your daily life that have been weighing you down like a burden. You can complete a task you've been postponing, focus on your health and find healing, and receive both material and spiritual rewards for communicating clearly and fairly in your work environment. And there are influences at play where you are chosen and your popularity increases. Especially focus on building structure and establishing a supportive routine by making use of this week's energies. While restructuring your daily schedule, you first need to make space for things that nourish your soul. Before Venus enters Virgo on September 19th, you become aware of everything that weighs heavily on your heart. You will question what you give your love to. You can't focus without clearing your mind and heart of anything that doesn't bring you peace. In romantic relationships, you can find clarity through creative projects, and by gaining clarity in love, by choosing what nourishes and helps you grow, you can regain the energy you've lost. However, Venus's tense aspect with Uranus may bring restlessness. Stay calm and don't say everything that comes to your mind. The solar eclipse that will occur in Virgo on September 21st will return your joy to you. Themes of love, creativity, self-confidence, parenthood, and the energy of new beginnings are at play. If you've turned your love into an obligation, if you've experienced love as a duty, or if you've sought approval while expressing yourself, now is the time for healing. A new love may knock on your door, or your current relationship may take on a new color. A creative project that comes from the heart could take you to completely different places in your career. I love, but how? I live, but for what? Give brave answers to these questions. Don't try to control the rhythm of your heart. Listen to it. Love is not a responsibility, it is a flow. Free yourself from everything that steals your joy and makes you feel negative. Don't be afraid to express yourself. And remember, dear Taurus, to live is to feel. Stay in the flow and in acceptance. Whatever is happening, don't do what you love without loving it. Benefit from the aspects of love that lead you to grow, not the ones that drain you. May the skies be your guide. May your path be bright. Children of Mercury, Geminis, the sky is telling you this week, you can't create order outside until you tidy up inside. Life isn't complicated, it just wants to get your attention. This week, look at your home, your roots, your family, your heart. This week, what matters for you isn't what's happening on stage, but the developments behind the scenes. Even if not much changes on the surface, a major internal reset is beginning in the background of your soul. With the solar eclipse taking place in Virgo, energies are inviting you to honestly confront, rebuild, and restructure matters related to home, family, inner security, emotional foundation, and rooting. Especially on the 15th and 16th of September, the sky is telling you to speak from the heart and not to postpone your feelings. The alignment of Venus and Mars at the beginning of the week, along with the aspects they will form with Chiron, will bring healing to you. Suppressed emotions in your emotional relationships and family environment may become visible. It's time to accept and express everything you feel more deeply and haven't been able to recognize. And your feelings shouldn't scare you, because this week the sky is giving you the message that no unspoken feeling will pass. It's an ideal time to make peace with someone, mend resentments, and express yourself to your loved ones. Remember, secure bonds are built on honesty. On September 17th, Mercury is in Libra. You will find strength in your words. Your ruling planet Mercury will strengthen your mental and social energy. This week is especially effective for talking about love, children, hobbies, self-expression, having conversations you've been postponing, starting creative projects you've delayed, and freeing yourself from the weight that comes from not expressing things that have been left unresolved inside you. This week, know that writing, speaking, learning, and sharing will heal you, Gemini. On September 19th, Venus enters Virgo. With this transition, you may want things to change in the areas of your life you experience. This isn't just about decoration, it also carries a meaning of awareness related to energy. Let go of items that carry emotional weight. Things you don't use in your home might be dragging you down. Create a new corner. Set up a special space just for yourself. This period will also make you pay attention to and question the balance of how much you give and how much you receive from family members. Self-sacrifice is beautiful, but if sacrifice leads to exhaustion, restructuring is necessary. You need to accept this. And the solar eclipse happening on the 21st brings a complete reset for you in themes like moving, buying a house, changing homes, taking on family responsibilities, building inner peace, and redefining emotional security. What does home mean to you? Is it just a structure, or is it a space where you can breathe peacefully? With this eclipse, where do I truly feel I belong? Does the life I build on the outside match the voice that comes from within me? When was the last time I felt truly at peace at home? The answers may be difficult, but they will lead you to real security. Especially if there is cooling off in relationships, emotional distance, or difficulty in communication, know that this eclipse will shed light on these areas. Sometimes the strongest bond is simply someone saying, I'm here, I see you. This is what you will realize. First, you need to say this to yourself. Build yourself an inner home. First, build within yourself that place where you feel safe, loved, and loving. As this week begins, the entire structure of your life will start to take shape. May the heavens be your guide in the most magnificent way. May your path be filled with light. Children of the moon, Cancers, you have a message from the sky. This is not a week to silence your words, but to give them meaning. The weight of your emotions comes from the words building up inside you. The sky says, speak, write, express yourself, and be free. This week is filled with very important planetary transits where your inner turmoil, arising from the merging of your mental and emotional realms, can be transformed into healing as you express them in words. The solar eclipse in Virgo opens a new chapter in the areas of communication, expression, writing, speaking, relationships with your close circle, siblings, relatives, neighbors, travels, and most importantly, the things you keep inside but have never been able to put into words. September 15th and 16th. Make space for your emotions without judgment, but also without running away, with courage. In the first days of the week, the healing aspect that Venus and Mars will make with Chiron will especially confront you with the emotions you haven't been able to express. Maybe it's a sentence you've been unable to say for years, a resentment that's grown inside you and been suppressed, or perhaps a longing you haven't even admitted to yourself. This week, that door is opening. And what you need to do is move through your emotions. Have the courage to speak, write, and express yourself. When you stay silent, you get sick. So know that the more you express yourself this week, the more you will heal. On September 17th, Mercury enters Libra. Balance between home and mind. With Mercury's transition into Libra, your mental balance in home life begins to reshape. Topics like daily chores, sharing within the family, decisions about moving, or changes in decoration may come up for you. But all of these are actually an outward expression of establishing your inner peace. Don't ever deny this. This transition helps calm your mind, move away from noisy environments, and return to your center. You can create a meditation or prayer corner at home. Turning inward and having clear conversations with your loved ones are gifts of this cycle. And on September 19th, the planet of love, Venus, is in Virgo. Heart-to-heart communication. With Venus moving into Virgo, there is a simplification in the language of thought, emotion, and love. You especially want clarity and subtlety, not emotional confusion. Say it, express it. You become aware of conversations that don't benefit you, relationships that drain you, and empty talk. And with this awareness, who nourishes you, who drains you, which words help you grow, and which ones make you feel bad. You will make this distinction clearly. It's time to open yourself to healing voices, and the solar eclipse happening on September 21st will rebirth your power of expression, your communication style, your bonds with your close circle, your motivation for learning, and your skills in words and healing. You might even start a new course of study, especially a video course or consulting. Don't stay silent. This eclipse is telling you not to be afraid to speak. Let your emotions dance with words. Because when you stay silent, life stands still. When you speak, it flows. You are strong in emotional areas through your vulnerability. Your vulnerability is your greatest guide. Lower your defenses, express yourself. You don't need to appear strong to be loved. You need to be real. Stay in the flow and in acceptance. The skies are your guide. May your path be bright. Children of the sun, Leos, you have a message from the sky. We're in an important week. Your worth is measured not by what you receive from outside, but by what you give from within. The stage is yours, but this time there's no audience. This time, the sky says you need to see yourself for who you are. This week, you're confronting your sense of inner value, money, productivity, and what you contribute to life. And the solar eclipse that will occur in Virgo on September 21st is creating an entirely new foundation for you in matters of money, self-worth, love, and productivity. And this foundation teaches you that true security is built not on what's outside, but on the stability within. Now is the time to redefine the parts of yourself you can't see in the mirror. On September 15th and 16th, return to the roots of your self-respect. The healing aspect between Venus, Mars, and Chiron will confront you with deep emotions about money, your sense of self-confidence, and expressing your talents. Am I truly enough? Am I getting what I deserve for the work I do? Do I truly value myself when I am loved? Is it my inner sense of worthlessness that makes me appear as someone I'm not? These are the questions that will occupy your mind. But the purpose of these questions is not to break you down. It's important to face your own worth, recognize the truth, and reflect it in your life. Feel your worth without needing someone else to tell you. Learn to applaud yourself without waiting for others to praise you. And this week, when making financial decisions, think not with past fears, but with your current skills and abilities. Pay special attention to emotional spending and overly defensive attitudes. Trust begins with the value you give yourself. On September 17th, Mercury is in Libra. Reflect balance in your words. It's an important and productive period for correspondence, contracts, and exchanging ideas. You can balance and structure your relationships with neighbors, siblings, and your close circle and improve your love life. If you adopt a clear style of expression in areas like trade, media, education, and marketing, you'll come out ahead. Also, having a conversation you've been postponing for a long time could open doors for you in your career, love life, or financial matters. And on September 19th, Venus is in Virgo. It's time to ask yourself, what truly nourishes you? It's time to ask that question. Even though your ruling planet isn't the sun, Venus is one of the energies that affects you the most. Because your enjoyment of life, love, aesthetics, and luxury all resonate with Venus's frequency. With Venus moving into Virgo, not everything that looks beautiful makes you happy. It's an inner cycle of acceptance where you truly perceive what actually brings you peace. Now, you need to strive for this. You may need to rebalance your income and expenses, simplify your work to increase efficiency, cut unnecessary spending, restructure your material and spiritual values, and deal with sudden changes. The aspects Venus makes with Uranus could bring surprise expenses or shifts in work relationships. Those who remain flexible will win. The solar eclipse on September 21st brings a new way to earn, financial freedom, a true sense of self-worth, healing what no longer serves you, and questions like, am I being misunderstood and diminished when I express myself, or am I expressing myself correctly and growing? Additional sources of income, investments, productivity, learning to say, I am valuable, and entering a genuine cycle of self-convincing. And what does love bring to you this week? What are you giving to yourself? Have you maintained the balance of give and take in your relationships? Face these with your moral compass, confront them, free yourself, and adopt approaches that will elevate loving while being loved. May the skies be your guide, Yonka Ishuk. Children of Mercury, Virgos, there's a message for you from the sky. An important week awaits you. Stop trying to fix yourself. The sky says, realize that you are already good enough. According to Western astrology, with the year's last solar eclipse taking place in your sign, this week marks a major reset and rebirth in many areas of life. But this time, the change is triggered from within, not from the outside, and your inner voice is now whispering that you need to treat yourself with more compassion, more freedom, and more realism. September 15th and 16th, leave the past behind with compassion. The alignment of Venus and Mars forming a healing trine with Chiron initiates a deep cleansing energy for you, both on the level of the heart and the mind. And with this energy, old resentments, inner conflicts stemming from not feeling valued, and the belief that you must be perfect, which you have imposed on yourself, may come before your eyes. But this time it will move you not backward, but toward freedom. Honor whatever you have experienced. Whatever is missing, now you will be the one to complete it. And remember, you can love yourself even without fixing yourself. On September 17th, Mercury is in Libra. It says, see what you have. As my ruling planet Mercury begins its transit with Libra, themes like value, material resources, and self-esteem will come to the forefront. It's a cycle of opportunities for you to organize your expenses, balance your income, and establish systems that will increase your productivity. Especially to the question, how valuable am I? You will give this answer internally. Value cannot be measured, it is recognized. If you know your own worth, no one can make you feel inadequate. On September 19th, Venus enters Virgo and your time begins. It's an extremely powerful, graceful awakening for you. The desire to create a more aesthetic, healthier, simpler, and more personal space for yourself is growing. Your urge to invest in yourself, to take care of yourself, and to beautify may increase. This period will motivate you not to seek approval from others, but to honor yourself. When Venus forms a tense aspect with Uranus, you may experience sudden changes in relationships and finances, but know that this change will set you free. And with the solar eclipse that will occur in Virgo on September 21st, the sky is sending the message, build your life for yourself. For you, this eclipse doesn't just mean a new page, but a whole new notebook. A new sense of identity, a new perception of your body, a new way of working, and a new approach to relationships are beginning. You are no longer living for someone else. You are giving up blaming yourself. It's time to listen to whatever your inner voice is telling you. This eclipse will trigger transformations related to health, improvements in your self-perception, new decisions, radical simplifications, and the energy to present yourself to the outside world with a completely new attitude. It will push you to put a single person, yourself, at the very center of your life. In other words, to restructure yourself. This week, worries like, am I good enough? Or will my mistakes ruin my relationship may be triggered. But don't forget this. Relationships are not built on being perfect, but on being real. During this period, you will become more attached to those who truly see you and hold your vulnerabilities without judgment. As for the others, be ready to automatically distance yourself from them anyway. I am here, and I am enough just as I am. It's time to establish a new order for your own body, soul, thoughts, and choices. May the best happen for your highest good. Children of Venus, Libras. This week, the message from the sky that true peace begins not in external balance, but in inner silence is more important than ever for you. With the significant alignments of your ruling planet Venus and Mercury entering your sign just before the solar eclipse, this week marks a process of enlightenment and purification for you, both mentally and emotionally. However, my advice to you is not to lose sight of the fact that this process begins more with an internal unraveling than with any visible step taken outwardly. The eclipse will take place for you in the area of subconscious closures, inner healing, intuition, solitude, and acceptance. In other words, the backstage of your life is being illuminated, and as you open that curtain, whatever you have kept inside for years begins to surface. On September 15th and 16th, Venus aligning with Mars and forming an aspect with Chiron will especially bring old wounds, unforgiven words, and unfinished intimacies in relationships back to the forefront. This week, you may especially notice the following things. You may realize that someone hasn't truly understood you, wonder why a relationship that was good for you ended, or feel that an emotion you've been holding on to for years has become unbearable. But this time, the sky says there's no running away. Look with compassion, embrace with acceptance, and bid farewell to the past, because you will feel lighter to the extent that you forgive. On September 17th, Mercury will be in Libra in your sign. With this, many confusions that have been swirling in your mind for years are starting to make sense. It brings you the opportunity to clarify your decisions, express yourself more accurately, and have an important conversation with your friends or your partner that you have been postponing for a while. Communication is established not only with words but also with energy. During this period, there are strong influences of kindness, grace, balance, and others will notice these qualities in you. On September 19th, your ruling planet Venus will be in Virgo. It's a time for inner cleansing, closing old chapters, healing and mending broken hearts, and moving forward by trusting your intuition. You may feel an increased desire to be alone in your emotional relationships. This solitude doesn't mean alienation. It can also mean forgiving and healing yourself internally, or ending your relationship with someone who doesn't deserve you or who exhausts you with their selfishness. With the solar eclipse in Virgo on September 21st, listen to your inner voice and don't be afraid to bring things to a close. It brings closure to a cycle that should have ended but has dragged on, a farewell to a chapter, and an inner cleansing for you. It could be a regret you've carried for years. A farewell you couldn't accept, a fear you haven't even admitted to yourself. Whatever it is that you've silenced within yourself, listen to it. This eclipse sends the message that everything you've buried inside shapes the direction of your life. Especially after the eclipse, as the sun moves through your sign, a new you, but a much stronger you, will be reborn. You will remember some things for the last time and accept some feelings for the first time. But know that all of this is happening to keep you balanced within. The end of a relationship, drifting apart in a friendship, the need to finally express a longing you've suppressed for years. When you make peace not with others but with yourself, you'll allow all your emotions to be reflected more accurately. Forgive yourself, forgive those who have hurt you, and move forward by accepting life anew. The skies are your guide. May your path be filled with light. Scorpios, the children of Mars, you have a message from the sky. It's not a time to be alone, but a time to form heartfelt connections. This week, the sky is giving you this message. Even if you feel like no one sees you, life sees you. And now it is guiding you toward true friendships, real relationships, and strong bonds. This week, the sky brings major breakthroughs and deep realizations for both your social circle and your vision for the future. Especially on the 21st, according to Bada Suisi, the solar eclipse in Virgo carries a fateful energy that erases and rewrites matters of friendships, dreams, goals, and social belonging. Loneliness may not be your fate, but rather the result of your choices. A new circle, a new future is now waiting for you. September 15th and 16th, it's time to confront issues of trust. The alignment of Venus and Mars and the aspects they will form with Chiron may bring to the surface your trust in people, your boundaries in areas of sharing, and the resentments you've suppressed within yourself. These days, everyone is thinking about themselves. I've always been the one who gives, "Don't I have any real friends?" Questions like these may be clashing in your mind. When you dig deeper into this feeling, you'll realize that the real issue isn't trust, but the fear of being invisible. There's no need to struggle to be seen. Real people already see you. The others are just reflections. Let your effort be to strengthen your relationships with those who truly deserve you. And on September 17th, Mercury is in Libra. Messages coming from silence. Your dreams may intensify. Your intuition may heighten. You may receive subconscious messages. However, it will be beneficial to calm down a bit in the outside world, to set boundaries with people, and to consciously postpone certain conversations. Sometimes silence is the highest form of communication, and this week you will express a lot through unspoken conversations. On September 19th, Venus is in Virgo. True friend, true bond. With Venus moving into Virgo, clarity and distinction begin in your social circle and friendships. You will realize with whom you can truly walk the path of life and with whom you are only temporary companions. This awareness will not manifest in your life to isolate you, but rather to prepare you for genuine closeness. Additionally, opportunities may arise to meet someone new, start a joint project, or deepen a friendship. What matters now is that you want a foundation where your feelings can take root. Superficial relationships no longer satisfy you, and the solar eclipse that will occur in Virgo on September 21st will bring influences that may present you with opportunities for a new future, a new environment, rebirth, new friendships, social projects, and ideals. The eclipse is telling you, don't choose loneliness, call in the right people. But first, be honest with yourself. And during this period, your future plans may transform. You may look at your goals from different perspectives, and you may meet with activities and communities that will help you grow and develop spiritually. If there is a weak bond in your romantic relationships, it may break. If there is true commitment, it can become much stronger. It's all or nothing, either sincerity or distance. This will leave its mark on the weak. This eclipse is coming to bring emotional growth and to set you free. Eclipses are touches of destiny. Be ready to free yourself not from the fear of being alone, but from the habit of being with the wrong person. This week is not destructive, but creative, because the silence that comes from within will lead you to true intimacy, more genuine connections, and authenticity. You won't keep any relationship in your life that doesn't nourish your soul. Now, welcome a new cycle with new projects. Sagittarians are the children of Jupiter. It's not enough to travel the world. Are you climbing your own summit? That's what matters. If you want to expand your life this week, the sky says you should first clarify your direction. Because the message for you is that freedom isn't about scattering, but about walking toward your center. This week, be ready for fateful developments in the areas of growth, success, career, goals, and social visibility. The solar eclipse in Virgo that will occur on the 21st marks the threshold of a new era in career goals, professional responsibilities, your role in society, status, success, and management capacity. This eclipse is asking you to realize what you truly need to focus on in order to grow. On September 15th and 16th, the emotional power struggle will give way to a search for inner harmony. The alignment of Venus and Mars, along with the healing aspect they will form with Chiron, will especially put the balance of value and power to the test in your love life and creative endeavors. How valuable am I in this relationship? Am I able to express myself? Are the things I do being appreciated? The issue is not about seeking approval from the outside world. This week marks the beginning of an awakening that will strengthen you from within. From now on, you will devote your energy to things that uplift you, not those that drain you, and this decision will change the course of your life. On September 17th, Mercury enters Libra. Mercury's influence in Libra makes it easier for you to communicate within communities, deliver effective presentations, speeches, and make proposals. You can make much faster progress in projects you carry out in collaboration with others. You may enter a new social circle, receive a prestigious offer, or find opportunities related to consulting, leadership, or education. You will grow through your words, but this time speak not to explain, but to build. And on September 19th, Venus is in Virgo. Are you doing work that nourishes your soul? Do you wake up every morning with inner peace? Are there people around you who lift you up? Also, with the Venus-Uranus interaction, sudden changes related to your work, new job offers, or situations like shelving an old plan may come up on your agenda. But you're a Sagittarius. When change comes, don't turn your back, set your direction, and walk forward with courage. The solar eclipse that will occur in Virgo on September 21st signals a new climb to the top, a powerful leap in your career, a new role in front of society, starting your own business, or gaining a new status. It will activate energies that bring your life purpose into your professional life. If you've been saying, I can't grow where I am for a long time, or if you've been waiting to be recognized for something you've been working hard on, now it's your turn. This eclipse is telling you, take a step, claim it, make it grow. During this period, you may meet important authorities, and it may also bring opportunities to stand out in your sector or take on responsibilities in front of a crowd. Success isn't just about receiving applause. Know that anything you can truly say, yes, this is my path, from your heart is already your own summit. In the emotional realm, clarifying what you truly want, being honest with yourself, and asking for clarity from the other person will become inevitable. Does this relationship lift me up or does it pull me down? If you answer this honestly, your bonds will deepen or an empty connection will quietly slip away from your life. If you're a traveler who knows their direction, it's time to go fearlessly wherever life is calling you. The eclipse is opening a door for you to a throne, an opportunity, a summit. And this time, you won't run away or postpone it. You are on the road and you are someone who believes in receiving and winning. May the skies light the path of your guide. Children of Saturn, Capricorns, we are stepping into the most important closure of the eclipses this week. There is more than you know. This week, the sky is inviting you to grow. Especially let go of the urge to control. Just set out on your path. Advancing with the motto, true mastery begins with daring to learn, will bring you a lot. This week, what will move you is not knowing more, but feeling more deeply. The Virgo solar eclipse will open a new door for you in areas such as higher education, international connections, publishing, law, vision, and spiritual orientation. And this eclipse is telling you life is waiting for you in places you haven't seen, touched, or discovered. It's time to come out of your shell. On September 15th and 16th, the Venus-Mars alignment forming a trine with Chiron will bring to the forefront your stubbornness about your own truths, your tendency to belittle others' perspectives, and your overly controlling attitude in emotional matters. However, the sky is calling you to notice what you don't know rather than defending what you do. Be prepared for confrontations regarding family patterns, cultural boundaries, ideological beliefs, and similar matters. Let your motto be, everything that makes me who I am is valuable, but nothing that limits me is sacred. On September 17th, with Mercury in Libra, it's time to speak in public. You can achieve success in important presentations, work-related meetings, and strategic communication with managers. If you express yourself in a more just, diplomatic, and inclusive way, know that many more doors will open for you this week. Additionally, there may be a development, article, speech, post, content, or project that brings you public attention. The place you need to speak up is exactly where you have been silent. Don't forget that. On September 19th, Venus is in Virgo. Not random chats, but visionary conversations. Not flashy relationships, but spiritual and sincere ones. Not material gain, but success rooted in ethical values. And this transition may also bring topics like travel, education, language learning, legal processes, visas, and passports to your agenda. Venus-Uranus aspects may manifest for you as the benefits of a sudden trip, meeting someone foreign, a change in your education plans, or moving forward with a creative insight. The solar eclipse on September 21st highlights a time for the courage to see life from a different perspective, a hunger for learning, new countries, new systems, new ways of thinking, and most of all, a period to rediscover yourself. Maybe you're planning a trip, or maybe there's a course you've wanted to start for a long time. Maybe you want to learn a new language, apply abroad, or advance in fields like teaching or consulting. The eclipse is telling you, stop just dreaming, make a plan, and set out on your journey. In your emotional life, you want depth in relationships. You don't want to stay in a conversation where your soul doesn't open up. If there is no intellectual, emotional, or spiritual closeness with the other person, relationships may come to an end. This eclipse will make you ask these questions about your love life. Are we growing together? Do we share the same values? Does this bond limit me? Does it set me free? The answers will either lead you to a genuine commitment or guide you toward a peaceful farewell. Especially for years, you've held yourself together to be strong and resilient. Strength isn't just about building walls. Sometimes it's about looking into the distance, sometimes about seeing yourself there anew. May the best and most beautiful happen for your highest good. Children of Uranus, the Aquarians. The message from the sky for you this week is that the answer to all your questions lies in letting go. This doesn't mean losing, but unraveling. This week is a quiet but powerful week of transformation for you. The solar eclipse that will occur in Virgo on September 21st represents a threshold that will change the flow of life in areas such as sharing, inheritance, financial partnerships, spiritual cleansing, healing of crises, power struggles, hidden emotions, sexuality, and surrender. The sky is whispering to you. What you are struggling with is there to transform you. Don't resist, let go. Especially on September 15th and 16th, the healing aspect that Venus will make with Mars and Chiron may make you feel stuck at work around issues of material security, emotional sharing in relationships, and inner fears. Every time you ask yourself, what if I lose control? You actually have an opportunity to find your own strength. This week, you may experience the following realizations. You may realize that you feel alone when it comes to financial matters, that power in a relationship is one-sided, that constantly trying to appear strong is exhausting you, but that your true strength lies in surrender, and that you won't fall apart when you let go. In fact, you'll understand that you can rebuild yourself when you do. On September 17th, Mercury is in Libra, a new course of study, a philosophical or spiritual interest, good news from afar, emotional relief, a time when your stance becomes clearer and you redefine your outlook on life. Questions like, what do I believe in? Why am I striving? All of these come together to create a powerful cycle of support for you to honestly answer these questions. My advice to you is this. Know that if you answer these questions honestly, you will resolve many blockages in your life. On September 19th, Venus is in Virgo. Superficial relationships, partnerships that don't inspire trust, and fake closeness do not nourish you. During this period, issues such as inheritance, insurance, debt, and shared finances may come to the forefront. There may be new arrangements regarding joint incomes and investments. You need relationships where you unite not just physically but also spiritually. You want to form bonds not with passion but with surrender. The Virgo eclipse that will occur on September 21st is a cycle of inner dissolution, facing traumas, making peace with fears, and rebuilding yourself. The eclipse invites you to free yourself from debts, cut toxic ties, step out of power struggles, and heal. It's an incredible opportunity to seek psychological support, do energy work, and free yourself from emotional burdens. Know that this is not a destruction, but a rebirth. Is it true attachment or dependency? Is it intimacy or just habit? Be ready to face questions like, is it a power struggle in love or equality? If someone can't see you as you are, or if you can't show yourself as you truly are, that bond will either transform or dissolve. But remember, a true bond begins where you're not afraid to be vulnerable. And especially what the mind cannot resolve, the heart will heal. Pisces are the children of Neptune. The message from the sky for you this week is, don't carry the burden of everything on your own. Love grows when it is shared. This week, the sky is creating a time when the fate of relationships is being rewritten. With the solar eclipse in Virgo, your opposite sign, on September 21st, a new era begins in the areas of marriage, partnerships, close bonds, balance, loyalty, and decisions to walk together. And the sky says, in order to walk side by side with someone, you must first free yourself from the loneliness within. And especially if you open your heart on the 15th or 16th of September, you will find healing. It will bring up the points in love relationships where you are afraid to open up, the attachments that caused you pain in the past, and the emotional areas where you have held yourself back. I am loved, but I still feel incomplete. I want to trust, but my heart is afraid. I am by your side, but inside I feel distant. This awareness is a sign of emotional courage. It's not vulnerability. Be open, express yourself, share. The feelings you keep to yourself don't tire you, they tire your relationship. On September 17th, with Mercury in Libra, joint budgets, shared responsibilities, and deep, sincere conversations will come to the forefront. This transition is very supportive for establishing balance with your spouse or partner, both spiritually and financially, bringing up topics that haven't been discussed for a long time, and clarifying joint plans. But don't just use your mind, include your heart as well. Because for you this week, expressing yourself is just as important as being understood. On September 19th, Venus moves into Virgo. Any connection that doesn't pass through the filter of your heart may no longer have a place in your life. Who is good for you and who drags you down? Who is just a habit and with whom are you truly in harmony? With this transition, you may make a decision about an ongoing relationship, marriage, or professional partnership. A bond that is about to end may quietly come to a close. There's a very high chance you might meet someone new. However, Venus-Uranus aspects can create sudden breaks and instant attractions in relationships. Don't make impulsive decisions. With the solar eclipse on the 21st, you'll be asking yourself, is it me or us? Are you and I together? A decision to marry, a proposal to live together, or stepping into a new partnership may bring a serious confrontation in your relationship. Will you continue on this path with this person or will you part ways? Know that the answer will come to you clearly from within. It's time to form deep, not superficial bonds. If there is no mutual effort, loyalty, or harmony in your relationship, the eclipse will pave its own way. If you truly have a connection with someone, your relationship, marriage, or partnership can be strengthened with a firm decision. The sky is telling you not to carry every burden, not to internalize every word. Express that you are tired of always being the one to take every step. Focus on building a balanced relationship where you can say, you reach out your hand and so will I. It's not just about giving, but about walking together especially. True love begins when two hearts look in the same direction. Awakening in relationships calls you to connect with loyalty to yourself, trust in another, and most importantly, with true love. May the best and most beautiful happen for your highest good. The heavens are your guide. May your path be filled with light.